I'm here in Costa Rica at the CEA headquarters, which is basically a hangout spot for me and other CEA students, and I just want to show you my fruit stash. Got about 39 coconuts right here that were delivered, about 50 cents a piece. And then up here I've got some more fruit. I've got some papayas, mangoes that they're not that great, but they're okay. I've got some oranges, which are alright too. Nothing really good because none of this is from the farmer's market. Got some bananas back there, some avocados that I haven't been too happy with either, but it's all fruit. I'm still 100% raw. I have no intention of changing it, and I'm making it work for me. Hey, so Ben here again, coming at you from San Jose, Costa Rica. Celebrating my 5th month of 100% raw, 100% of the time. Feeling good. Food here is pretty good when you get to the farmers markets, but apart from that, it's really quite dire in the cities. No good fresh fruit around at all, anywhere. So a recent topic that's come up is when do you know somebody's addicted to what they're eating? Specifically with Harley, how do you know he's got cooked food addiction? There have been some people in the vegan community who are concerned with that statement from Mike. Well, for me, when you start adding significantly refined foods into your diet like sugar, oil, and salt, and when you binge on rice and refined sugars and heated fats, when you're in Thailand and there's lots of fresh fruit available, that to me means that there's some kind of addiction going on here. I don't think there's anything wrong with eating cooked food if you feel okay doing that, or if it's the best possible option for you right now where you're at. But at the same time, we're not talking about, steamed sweet potatoes here. We're talking about like pouring refined sugar into stuff and oils and all this crazy stuff, and spices too. Man, they're so addicting. I had this one experience where I had a month where I didn't really prepare myself correctly. It was December, and I ended up eating some cooked food to get by. And when I got back to school, my goal is to be 100% raw 100% of the time. And what happened was I had this thing of vermicelli, and I also had 25 pounds of dates with me, fresh dates. And I can hardly explain it. I had to eat the vermicelli. It was so enticing. And I'm like, Jesus, I just have to do this. And I did do it. And I just kind of forced myself to keep eating it, because that's kind of how starch works from my experience. And I didn't feel great. And then the next day I got back on 100% raw. But I think it really helped me get back to where I wanted to be with diet. Was all these words of wisdom from people who have been raw for 5 years or so, that when you start eating cooked food and you start eating things with any spices or salts or oils, it's really becomes really enticing and stimulating, and you're probably gonna have a tendency to eat these foods even though they don't make you feel like you want to feel. So that's what cooked food addiction is for me. If you're steaming squashes and potatoes and other starches, it's cool, but you start adding the tendency, as Doug has said, the tendency when you start eating starch is to start eating spices, heated fats, and sugars, because they just don't taste good on their own. You want something better. So that's for me what food addiction is. Fresh OJ on the break. $1 a cup.